And I was like, yo.
Diamond 3, baby! What a way to end this week. That's what I'm talking about. We're not stopping for anything. Hey guys, it's Draxyr, and welcome back to my educational series. Today, we'll be talking about wave management. When I was searching through the game I chose for today's video, I couldn't find any cool plays or noteworthy clips in any of the 11 kills. But then I realized, I didn't win through flashy plays. I won through strong macro management, a term I'll define in a second, and the end result is the victory all the same. Before I can define macro management though, I'm gonna have to redefine the term micromanagement for usage in our videos. Here's a good example. Hey! The fast Q combo! Micromanagement is mechanics. Clicking the right areas, hitting keys in the right combinations, aiming skill shots, these affect duels and team fights and how they play out. Games can seem chaotic and unpredictable, so many people focus way too hard on micromanagement. Yes, I'm looking at you, Bronze Yasuo main. But as we learn more about the game, we realize we can't control the vast majority of variables. This is known as macromanagement. If you recall my split pushing video from last week, that is one example of macro management. I think you'll find much of my definition is synonymous with the widely used term game knowledge. However, I'd say that most, if not all, topics covered in League game knowledge stem from wave management, which is why you asked for it and why we're doing it. It's 2 minutes in, so finally, let's get to the specifics. We'll start with the basics. This information is crucial to understanding wave management, so bear with me. Each wave consists of 6 minions, 3 melees, and 3 casters. A cannon is added in every 3 waves. Don't worry too much about variations to this in later parts of the game. Wave management is a lot more simple as the game progresses. Now we'll take a look at the stats, but we'll simplify it way down. Melee minions are tanky, ranged minions do damage, and cannons do both. So what do we do with this information? Let's take a look at the map of Summoner's Rift and minions' walking paths. Here's the good stuff. There are 3 main factors that influence a wave. The first is quality of minions. What types are there? The second is quantity. How many? The third is location. Where are they fighting? Wave management is first and foremost reactionary. You observe these 3 factors, and then you are able to influence them to your liking. Let's talk about quantity and quality. These two are independent and separate in the early game, but I'll get to that in a moment. In the mid and late game, the 2 variables combine into a single power variable. If blue wave has more power than red wave, what stops it from going all the way to the enemy tower? Here, I have just backed, but miss little to no CS. I now have the wave shoving towards me hard, while simultaneously having a newly gained item advantage. I then proceed to zone her off a wave or 2. How did I do this? Let's rewind a little bit. Look at each wave. Both red and blue have 3 melee minions and 3 ranged minions about to fight, and the red melee minions are damaged. Through power alone, blue should push towards red, but what ends up happening? This is where location comes in. The minions were here on the map. Akali thought I was hiding in the bush, so she decided not to push the wave, which is what we would call a hard shove or fast push, if she decided to. The wave by itself began a slow push, which means that the location was enough to offset the power difference and change the wave's direction. Many educational videos will tell you to kill a certain amount of minions, or leave a certain amount alive, but I don't play with this for a few reasons. 1, it's inconsistent. You can get screwed by RNG or an unlucky cannon wave. 2, it's difficult to do properly. Therefore, try and ignore specific numbers and just remember a few things. If the wave is crashing on the left side of the equator points, and the power is not sufficient enough on the right side, it will push towards the right. The same is true for the opposite. Try and equalize the power of each wave and then control the location to get the desired effect. Many melee minions on one side will cause a slow push because they are tanky and deal little damage, whereas many ranged minions will push quickly because they deal damage. In this way, you can control the wave's motion reliably. Let's go on to the more advanced technique, called freezing. To do this properly, you need to make sure the wave never hits your tower, or it will reset and bounce back towards the enemy, pushing to them. At the same time, you need to make sure that the wave you are keeping away from your tower has enough power to deal with your oncoming wave without dying. In this game, I never freeze the wave because I want to be available for TP ganks. However, to freeze properly, tank the minions by standing near a bush. Quickly move in and out of the bush, keeping minion aggro while causing them to cancel their attacks. Some armor helps this process, as well as lifesteal and shields. This was a brief overview of wave management. Notice I didn't talk about formulas or rules or matchups because I want you to understand how it works so you can figure out your own rules for each different situation. It's much more consistent that way. Remember the terms location, power, and how they play into a minion wave's movement, and go into a practice tool game and try it out. I hope you learned something from this video, and please leave any feedback you have in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on stream sometime. Peace.